Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name's Natalie. I know you're probably used to seeing Pentatonix reactions and reactions of the like. Today I will be reacting to something a little more my style. So if you managed to catch my non-reaction video last week, you'll know that I'm a die-hard Halsey fan for several reasons. Now, less than 20 hours ago, she dropped the official one-take music video for her song Sorry that features on the album Hopeless Fountain Kingdom. I am very excited to see this video clip and have been trying very hard to avoid it all day leading up to this point. And that's largely because the album is based on Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet, who she chose to consult throughout the creation of the first few music videos to retain a lot of the cinematic essence that was seen in the movie. So for me, being visual, as you all know, this makes me very excited because Baz Luhrmann's Romeo and Juliet is one of the DVDs I keep pride and place on my very small collection of movies. In saying that though, the music videos are a little bit of a storyline and follow on from one another, so obviously they are going to retain aspects that are just linked to the album and not so much the movie. Anyway, let's get into this reaction. This is a little bit of a sadder, more somber song for those of you who have only heard a little bit of her music.
I've missed your calls for months it seems. Don't realize how mean I can be, 'cause I can sometimes treat the people that I love like jewelry. 'Cause I can change my mind each day. I
think it's interesting that they've decided to implement it in after the car chase scene.
And your mother's favorite song. So I'm sorry to my unknown lover. Sorry that I can't.
It's a weird vibe, this song, in with the imagery as well.
Starts to fall in love with me.
But I think the calmness of the song and the chaos of the surroundings and I suppose the storyline contrast quite nicely as well. And then the modern aesthetic is a nod to Baz Luhrmann's film.
I run away when things are good. I never really understood the way you laid your eyes on me in ways that no one ever could. And so it seems I broke your heart. My ignorance has
I will say that I like that they've kept the center of focus and the depth of field pretty consistent. In that you get that misty effect, but the camera is very focused tight on her, which keeps you sort of anchored attention-wise in the right spot.
Sorry, I could be so blind. Didn't mean to leave you. All of the things that we had behind. And someone will love you. Someone will love you. Someone will love you. But someone isn't me. And someone will love you. Someone will love you. Someone will love you, but someone isn't me. Sorry to my unknown lover. Sorry that I can't believe that anybody ever really starts to fall in love with me. Sorry to
I think the vibe I get mostly is just confusion, sort of like a realization, and that comes from her facial expression.
That we had behind. And someone will love you. Someone will love you.
And I really like the use of fire, which is something that I'll talk about at the end.
Someone isn't me. And someone will love you. Someone will love you. Someone will love you. But someone isn't me.
Okay, so a couple things. I chose not to use headphones because I already know the song and I was largely looking out for the visuals. She has said on Twitter that this video was a one-take video, and I think it was kind of good that it was done simplistic because the song is what's supposed to carry the greatest weight in this particular aspect, rather than playing it out like a mini movie within the video clip, which is what a lot of the other songs on the track do. It was a little bit nostalgic, not so much the song but the setting that they chose, because I grew up in a portside town and the location that they chose to use looks eerily similar to the back streets down the sides of the ports here, so that was weird. Baz Luhrmann's cinematic style is definitely evident within not so much the cinematography or the filming, but their little elements that they choose to implement and the way in which they film. So I suppose less of the color grading and things of that nature, but like the inclusion of it being a modern warfare involving cars and guns. It was a fairly modern setting. It involves sort of like a rebel girl and the Hawaiian shirts and just that quirky little play on things. But if you'll notice the song lyric, I think it's an interesting song because I think it works in a relationship, but I also think there's a time in everyone's life where that song is applicable because you've either not felt good enough or you've had to say goodbye to someone. And I think those lyrics are malleable in that respect because you can utilize them to fit those types of scenarios. It is a sad song. The first time I heard it, I bawled my eyes out for 2 days. But yeah, I think it's refreshing when an artist can do that because it means that they're hitting the right emotional chords to spark a commonality with their audience. Let me know what you thought about the song in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for liking, commenting and subscribing, and I will see you all in my next upload. Bye guys.